Right, this is a quick update on the building of this Titanic here at the moment. I've done a couple of lives, showing you what's what and how I'm getting on with it. But I want to do some recorded versions of it because the picture quality will be better, obviously, and it'll just be better. And some stuff I can't show on the live because I haven't got it in this room. So I've done like guys, last time I was on the live, I cut out the vents, which is over here. These vents here have been cut out. Get the focus, if it focuses up there. Them vents there been cut out. They're going to go on the bottom here somewhere on the ship. They're going to go along here. Maybe I'm not sure. I'll check the plans. I think they're over here. I'm going to go somewhere on the ship. Anyway, I'll check it. I'm drilling out the holes. Now, I've been having a slight struggle with the holes. The drills I've got are quite old and blunt, so I decided to order myself some of these drill bits. Right, you know. I actually had somebody gave me a set of these drills a couple of years ago, and I've had it in my box for quite a time. I've not even used any. And when I started drilling out the holes, I was using a standard type drill to do it, but it was really struggling to get through the hole. So I tried out one of these, and it just flew through. So I thought what I'll do is I'll order another set, which I have, with a 2-inch. Let's get a better view of it for you. I ordered another set. That's a set I already had, and I've ordered another set here. Some I already have, but I think some matching up, but some colours I didn't have, or some sizes I never had. There's a 2-inch one, you know, because these drill much better. They just go in so well. They drill much better, these drills. Now the drills, the names of them, they're there. That's what they're called. But that's what they are. I don't know the name on that one. That's what they are. But I believe the person that gave me these used to make circuit boards, and I think that's what he is using them for, to drill out the holes on the circuit board. You know, hence like this sort of circuit board. I'll show you one of these sort of circuit boards. So it's a sort of drill that would drill out the hole on the circuit board. And so I ordered the other ones. I'll get a 2-inch, one to do the 2-inch holes, because it just goes in really well. And I also ordered a 3-inch drill to do the 3-inch holes, or the bigger 3-inch holes, wherever they are along there. And I've also ordered a fibre optic. Oh, I can't pronounce it. Fibre optics. There's a big fibre optic inside there, because it just pushes the light out better. There's one in there somewhere. I just can't think where it is at the moment. There is one in here somewhere. Right, and just makes it look better. Now, I'm still not sure what I'm doing. I'm still drilling out the holes. The holes have still got to be drilled out. I'm debating, when I built the big submarine version of this, or not this. When I built Trumpet's submarine, I cut the sides out to show the inside of the submarine, and the submarine originally came with a glass side and a solid side, but I cut the glass sections out. It looks a lot better. The video is in this channel. If you go down, you'll see photographs of that, what I did with that, but I never videoed anything to do with it. So I'm debating whether to cut sections out here, a section out here, so there. I don't want, you know, one here, maybe one over here. Cut the sections out, and it will show the engine works here, and the boilers. Like, you know, the engine is about that size. I think about that size the engine is. Like, you know, so, and the boilers. But I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I can get the boilers and the engines and all them bits first. So what I've done is I've got some 3D prints of the Titanic engines, and I'm going to print them up and see if they print okay. And if they print okay, then I shall think about cutting holes in the sides of this boat. If they don't look that good, they're not that great detail, then I won't be cutting holes in the side of this boat. I'll just build it as a ship. I've seen a few people making cuts in the side of the boat, and they're okay. I think some of them cut them too low down. I was going to look down into the engine rather than having the engine dead flush there. Since some other people making the complete inside of the boat, the whole lot complete. This is one hell of a job. No, I wouldn't want to go that far. Because with a model like this, if you decide to sell it or get rid of it, you'd never make your money back on it. It had to be just a display thing, and that's it. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm debating. I'm just drilling out the holes. I've not done any more of them. I've done a good few of them. I'll be waiting for these drills to come so I can do, because I was struggling with the drill I had. It'll take you too long to get through the mod plastic. But these things just go straight through, so you're not messing around. So I'm going to do them. Do that. I'm now going to show you the file for the motor or the engine for the Titanic, and setting up the printer to print it. And if it prints okay, and if I can get the engine, so what my plans are to build a base that's going to sit at the bottom of this ship here, a base that's going to sit down here, and the engines and everything will be on it. So I'm going to just build that and see how that looks before I decide to cut any holes inside here. Because I don't want to cut a hole in there and then put an engine in there and think, oh, it's not too crazy about that. You know, I've seen some, and they're okay. Like, you know, I think some people's cut the holes too big. I wouldn't have gone that far. You don't want it that big. And whatever's up here, the engines stand pretty high. You know, when the engines come up about this high, I'm sure about quite tall up in the ship. So you can imagine having one of these portholes here, one of these cabins here, right on top of the engines. Wouldn't have been fun? Big engines. Now let's take a look at the engine, and we'll see how I did the files and how I printed it, and we'll move on from there, I suppose. Right, I've just done I'm on the 3D program. This is called, what's the name of it up there, if you want to know what it's called. Let's see, there you go, gearbox, there it is. And I've just got the file with the Titanic engine, and I'm going to try printing it. This is, I scaled it to size how it should be, and put all the supports on it. You can see if I move, I can move you should be able to move it around. I should be able to look around the engine. I put all supports all over it. That's the actual one, the starboard, no, port side, this is port side of the engine. And I put supports, I'm hoping the supports all in the right place and they all do the right job, because sometimes when it's printing away, as it prints, it'll print, say like that, the print will come up and it'll print bit by bit by bit by bit, and I'm hoping all the supports are in the right place, and it should be okay. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. Right, so that's it, and you can check what's being printed on this side over here. As you go through it, it shows you what stages are being printed at a time. Now the actual pistons and everything, we'll get down to the crank there. You see there's actually, they may not have joined, they may be, so it may turn around, I don't know yet. We'll find that out when we do it, but that's how the prints go through. Each print is like, that's the first print, then the second print, it goes print. It prints it up in sections, like one section, then the next section, then the next section. But what the computer, or what the printer sees is that. Then it prints the next one, and it gets more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And hopefully it'll print okay. I'm hoping it'll be okay. I just moved the file into the folder over here. I've got all the other files I've done here with Thunderbird 2s and stuff I've done here. And there's the file there. I'm just going to load up the printer, and we'll get printing this, see how it comes out. I don't know how it's going to come out until we print it. I haven't got a clue, but we'll see. So that's what it's like before it gets to the printer. Right, this is the printer I'm using. This is what I use here. I used to have another one, I just renewed it, so I haven't used this for a while now. So what we're going to do is we need to level the print plate. That's this here. We've got to level this print plate out so it knows exactly, it's got to be a certain thickness for each print. So when you get this printer here, you get this piece of board here, and that's for leveling the print plate. Okay, So what we do now is we just go into tools. I think it's been so long since I've used this tools, and I want to go to home and then press control. Yeah, is that home? Oh no, I don't want to do that one. So I want to go to manual. I think that's what I want. Then I want to go home down here. Sorry about that. That's my mistake there. That other home is when you've done this. So you go to, you bring it down to home. It'll start coming down. I shall let it run so you can see what happens. This will come all the way down to the bottom. Just that's coming in there, goes down, it comes up, goes down again, it looks like that. I'm just going to put you down for a second over here. Hope you can see me. I'm just going to put you down, so I just need to tighten this up here. Find where I can put you, so you can keep an eye on what I'm up to. I haven't got a tripod for this camera. 1 second, let me get some sort of tripod or something. Right, anyway, I had to put my hand on it while I tightened these up, so I needed 2 hands. Then you tighten that up, both of them up nice and tight. That's tight, that's tight. So you've got a nice tight fit on that there. Make sure that's closed tight. Once you've got that tight, then we'll go back, I think. Go back one, and then we make that the home. We click home. Now it's saying, do you want this to be the home? Yes, we want that. I'm just about to see that. Confirm that. So that's now the home. Now I've got that all homed up, I come back here again now, and I can come up, all the way up to the very top, take that out of there now, and that's all set and it's all homed for printing, it's exactly where it should be. And now I'm just going to get the print, the vat, or the, this is what the resin goes inside, that will go over the top of that there, like that. I don't know, we do this with one hand, but it goes over the top like that, and you just screw that down. Screw it down. Not true, just screw it tight so it doesn't move, just all you want. You don't want it, don't over tighten it, otherwise you'll never get it up again. On this printer here, and it's always advisable if you've got a printer, is to get on the main screen, which is it a 3K or 2K screen. I've got a screen protector on there, and that's that just protects the screen. Right, so sometimes these are facts because they can split or tear, and if the resin gets onto the screen, and you talk about a new screen. Right, I just need to now put some resin in, and then we're going to go up and there. I'll be back in 2 seconds. The resin, okay, the resin is, this is the resin I'm using here. This is for this machine, so this is proper resin for this machine. And with these resins, they also give you settings. When you're doing the settings on the print or the program I was using there, the settings and everything should be on here for you if you're not sure what the settings are. Well, it's in here somewhere. It's there somewhere. I don't think where it is. Right, the actual resin settings wasn't on that one. I've got another machine and a cubic, so I use that one there sometimes. And the settings is on that one there. All the settings is there. And they're all roughly the same. The settings, it tells you how long it should be on for, but they're all normally exactly the same settings, all of them. I thought this one had it on there, I thought I saw it on here. Anyway, I put the resin inside. I'm using the grey resin for this one. So once your resin's all in place, you put your resin inside there. I'm going to see if I can do some speed up video of this. But it's going to take 5 hours for this to print. It's a long print. Once we've done that, we need to go into the settings down here. Set it backwards again. So we were looking for back again. We're looking for the print now. We want to see what prints we got. We go there and we're looking for the Titanic print. Got to find that. Right, okay, I just had to go rename the file. It wasn't recognising the file for some reason. So it's here. So this is what we want to print. This one here. This is the Titanic engine. It's just a view that it was on the screen when I did it. So now we've done that. We've done the resin's inside, everything's locked down tight, that's solid, nice and ready to go. It's levelled off, it's all ready to go. It's got a 5 hour journey to do, and it won't start that journey till we press the play button. and once we just play, that will go down and it will start the first printing, and hopefully if all's well it should start doing the prints and the engine should come out okay, hopefully if all goes well. I'm going to build the print, like I said, I'm printing the engine to see what it looks like. I'm going to print, there's 2 engines inside this. This is the port side, I think, or the starboard side. I'll print both of them anyway, and the boilers will need to be printed as well, so I'm going to do the boilers will be a lot easier because I can print more boilers with one go. As it goes down and it goes to the bottom, you'll see what comes on the screen. This will be the first print. It'll stay there for a little while, and the resin will, the ultraviolet light will turn on, and then it will lift, and it should just have a slight noise, popping noise, as the resin pulls off the vat. It should. Although I've not really had it with this one, I don't think. The old one did. And if all goes well, we should end up with an engine for the Titanic. If all goes well. Here it comes up now. Comes up. Then it goes back down again, and it prints the next layer. That's the next layer. Now, as I'm not used to printing for quite a while, and sometimes I use it, hoping it's not going to be too cold, the resin, because sometimes you've got to print at a certain temperature. But I'm hoping the temperature's okay on it. We won't know till it gets printed. Like, there's no way of telling. Till it's done about 20-30 prints, we don't know if it's okay or not. Normally you'd get a little pull off the back. Right, we'll let that carry on now, and we'll get back to that later on to see if anything's happening. Fingers crossed, we should have an engine coming in there soon. Right, we come back to look at the print now. It's still printing away, it's still down there. Where is it? What's it doing now? It's up, it's going to go down in a second, and coming down now, and this shows what it's to be print. That's what's printing at the moment, part of the engine and whatever else. But we need to look into the back to make sure, and you can see everything's there. It looks like it's printing okay. So far it looks like it's printing okay. A bit more light on that so I can see any more in there. So yeah, it looks like it's printing okay. But sometimes it can print like that, and as it gets further up it could start breaking down or something. One of the supports, a couple of them supports are not right, you could lose the print. But that's printing okay at the moment. Looks okay. You can just wait now. It's a good few hours to go. As you can see, it's only 33% done there. Should say on the bottom there. 2 hours and 15 minutes to go. No, 4 hours. I can't see what it's there. It's 2 times in there. It's got 4 hours to go, I think, and it's done 2 hours, something like that. It's got 1,734 prints to do. I think the ink's okay. The resin's okay. But we'll keep an eye on that and see how it gets on. I know we put the lid on it. Well, I've been a couple of hours now. I'm back to the printer. We've got about 65% of the model done. As you can see, it's printing, but like I say, you don't know how well it's printed until it's actually out of the print. It could have a fault. We don't know. It looks okay from what I can see. Everything's stuck okay. Fingers crossed it comes out okay. Then we'll have the engine to the Titanic, and then we can print the next stages, and we should make an engine room and see what it looks like before I decide to put it into the Titanic. That's the best stage, rather than making the hole in the side. Anyway, that's how it looks there right now. We've got a number of prints to go yet, doesn't say. I don't know. Got a good few. What about 66% in, so we'll be done in 100%. So watch this space, we should be done soon. And fingers crossed, all goes well. Right, another quick look where we are. About 79% done, and the print is coming along okay. It looks like it's printing okay so far, but we don't know until we take it out. So we don't know what's happening at the back. At the bottom we don't know if anything's failed at the back. So you could do a print this much and it could fail at the back somewhere. Or when you pull off all them supports, you won't see what the fails are. Now this print, everything's separate in this print, so I'm hoping that all the parts move. That'd be nice if it does, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just a display thing. But that's where we are so far with it. We got 79%, so about another 20 to go maybe, and that's it printed. That's what it's printing on the screen there. You can see that. Come back a bit there. Goes up. And it starts going back down again. As it goes down, it turns on the light again for the next print, and so on. So we'll come back to that when it's done and see what it looks like. But that's the situation with the engine print. Right, we're on 91% done, and we're nearly finished here now. As you can see, there's only a small bit going in there, it's printing there, and that's the engine there printing away. Hopefully, if all's well, we should have a good print. It looks okay from this angle at the moment, but you don't know till you start pulling all them supports off if everything's printed correctly. But it looks okay from where I'm sitting at the moment. All them rods, all them supports have got to be pulled off or just removed. So not long to go now and it'll be done. So another 8%, 9%. So I'll bring the camera back on when it's just finishing. Well, it's pretty much coming to the end. It's about 98, about 2% more to go. And what I can see, it seems okay at the moment. At the moment, the print looks fine, but you don't know how good the print is. You never know until the print's finished whether it's come out or whether. Because don't forget, all these supports here, all these bars coming up here everywhere, they're supports, and you've got to put them all in the right place. And sometimes, now this piece coming around here, that doesn't look 100% healthy there. So something hasn't been supported there properly. It might be right. But I can replace that. I can put a piece of pipe in there and replace it myself. That's not a problem. But you see all these little posts here. You've got to put supports in there. Otherwise, you know, this has to have to support all these things. All these supports up here have to support the model. And it's only that post there at the moment that doesn't look right. You know, that's why you have to have these supports in here. So just waiting for it to finish off now, and. It's on 98%, so there's a couple of percent to go. Right, it's on 99% now, so it'll be finishing any time now. Just going to leave it run there for a little while. I'll just speed it up a bit, needs to. It takes too long. So it's on 99%, so it should be finished any time. Well, so the only bit that looks a bit odd is there, I don't know, but apart from it, everything at the moment seems fine for what I want. So there you go, 5.5 hours later, we printed ourselves a motor. Or the engine, a engine from the Titanic. This is just the port side, I think it is. Now I need to print another one on the starboard side because there's 2 engines inside the Titanic. And if I was to build this separately, I could, you know, the file I have, all these parts are separate, so I can print all the separate parts if I want to, and make them move. But there should be some sort of movement in this if I can clean it properly. I should be able to get some movement in this, because there will be gaps within the print, so nothing's actually touching. But I've never tried a moving part in the 3D print, but you can buy things that when you print it, it will move afterwards. So this is due to finish any second now. Let's give it some time. That. Yeah, I think that exhaust might be a bit. There you go, it's done there now. I think that exhaust there could be gone there. It's not joined right. I think. So that's the print all done there. This is the bottom of the engine, and that's the top of the engine. And you can see we've got plenty of resin left. You know, it doesn't use a lot of resin. It only uses the resin that's it's using really. Now what I've got to do now is take it off and then remove all these, get it off of the plate as well. That's the hardest part. You've got to get this off of that, can be very fiddly. So I'm going to set the camera up and I'm going to show you how I remove this and how I get all this stuff off. Some bits are all buried in there, so you've got to be very picky where you pick them all out because they're attached to bits of the motor, whatever. Anyway, let's get it out and get it into position. Right, that's recording there. I need to get the thing over here to remove it and get it all. This is what we clean up the resin with, this stuff here. If you have resin and you use resin, that's the stuff you're going to use. You want to order this stuff for cleaning it. That's the best stuff of resin. And then we get it off of the vat. I'll just get the tray off, and then we need to clean the tray, and we need to use a scraper to get the model off of the plate, as they would call it, platform. Right, there's a platform here. Now the model would be sitting that way up. That's how we would be seeing the model. We've got to get it off of there now. To try and remove it off of there. At the bottom of the model, there's supports here. You know, we need to get all this off of here and then clean it all up. It all looks okay. It's just that bit of pipe. This is here. I think it doesn't look right, but let's get this off of here. See how we get on. You can actually get for this. You can actually get flexi pipes or flexi pipe plate that goes on top of this, and you just magnetic ones, and you can take it off and then just bend it, pop, and it pops off. A lot of support coming in there. That's it. We're off it now. Now it's been removed. We need to get it inside to there. Clean it off a bit if we can now. But while that's just sitting in there, it's not the best thing to be cleaning off at the moment. Let's see if I can get some of the stuff out of the way so I can get it in here. I'm wearing gloves. I don't normally wear gloves, I just do it without the gloves, but I'm going to pull some of these supports off so I can get it into the vat, or not in the vat, into the bath, whatever you want to call it, clean it. Right, I'll just bring you back again while I'm removing. I want to remove as much as I can without going too close to the pistons, whatever. Just pat the bats out, just let that soak at the moment. Because I want to get more cleaner into this model rather than on the supports. I want to get as much supports out of the way I can without going too close to the engine, because I know the engine is going to have very fragile parts in there. I don't want to chop off by mistake. Because if all's well, that may turn all the pistons. I need to get this resin inside the pistons, and I need to get all this stuff out of the way and get the resin right into the engine. So I'm just removing what I know isn't the engine. So normally I could just do this with hot water, but because I know there's some very fragile, if I can get into and show you. See, some of these parts here is the engine. I don't want to break none of them off, because this may operate if the resin hasn't set, there's no reason why the resin would have sat or set on the inside of it, so it may operate. I don't know, because I've never made an operating 3D before. I don't just make it a print and that's it. And if you're into engines, you know, if you get a 3D machine, you can print anything you want. There's a lot of free files on websites called Thingiverse and My Factory, I think it's called, and people must make files free of charge on there. They did have this model of this here, but just a print, nothing else. It was just a print. Didn't have no bells or whistles of it. This was a paid for print, so I only paid about I think £6, not even that, no, £5. Right, that's the engine there now. That's it. But I've got a lot of supports that need to come out because and remove them from these piston arms or whatever, and that cam at the bottom there, it may turn around. You know, I won't know till I get all this stuff off of it. You know, it may turn. That's why I want to get the resin right inside that, right into that, to really soak it up. Let's get this tissue here. Away. Leave that soak, and then take this tissue here completely out, and just use a draining board here with this vat. Because if any of these things get stuck in the vat, it'll puncture it. I don't really want to renew it right now. Right, let me clean this vat up and get back to you another time. That's the engine there in the ultraviolet light getting done. There's no moving parts in it. I thought there might have been, but if I want the moving parts, I'm going to have to print all the parts separately. But, I'm going to have a look at that, see what that's like, and if it's possible, I might see if I can build one with moving parts. But that's the actual engine. I removed all the parts off of it. And I removed all the particulars off of it. Looks okay, that's for what I want it to. There's a slight fault up here and a fault up here. That's not a problem. I'm not too fussed about it. I can repair them. But this sometimes happens with a file. The file could cause that, I don't know. But that's the engine there. And I can have a look at the I'm going to have a look and see if I can build it bit by bit to get moving parts and see what it consists of. But otherwise, that's that. That's how it goes. I'll let you know when I get to the next stage and what I do. I'm going to print the boilers. They'll go along with the front of the front somewhere along here. But I'll probably print them next and just see how it all looks. Put it together, see how it looks, and if it looks okay, then I'll go ahead and put the inside of the Titanic there. But I don't want to cut a hole in that ship, in the boat or the Titanic, and realise that the prints are not all that great. That looks okay. It looks quite good. Just a big engine. It's a very big engine. And you can see how big the people are inside there. Anyway, that's that. I'll catch you on the next stage. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you soon. Bye bye. Since I've printed the first one here, I've gone and printed a second one. So we've got both engines on both sides of the ship. There's two engines in the ship, so there's two engines here. And I'm just going to tidy them up. Just need to be tidied up. You know, get all these little bits here, little parts here, and little bumps got to be taken off. The support bumps have all got to be removed there. There's two of them. This one needs to be tidied up as well. They're not bad. The prints are okay. They weren't great. In fact, they're very good. Like, you know, I never had an engine a couple of days ago, but now I've got two engines, and these are the Titanic engines. These are the engines that go inside the Titanic. And just 1 second, I'll give you a scale to how big these engines are. Oh, there we go. There's a young chappy guy there. Let's see if I can focus on him. Let's get a bit closer to here. There we go. There's a young chappy there. And that's the scale of the engines on the Titanic. There you go. And now, I'm just going to build this section here on a platform. Yeah, this is the back end of this bit will be coming to the motors here. So we're not going to have that. I'm just going to have this section here shown. Really, I'm going to cut it away like that. I don't really want to be going into the boilers. I want to go in the opposite direction. I want to head towards the boilers, which is just, I want to put a few boilers across here, and that's the sort of section I want to cut. If I cut it, I'm going to build it first to see how it looks, and if it looks okay, then I'll add it. You know, I'll just go through the build first, see how it looks, and if it looks okay, I'll add it. But I've got to make some boilers to go along there. Boilers will stand about so high, and there's about 1, 2, I think five boilers there. And I'm just pretty much going to build it. I think it's got a wall here with doors in the wall, and I imagine holes in the wall, and there'll be coal in between their walls, and then another wall containing coals, and the boilers. So there'll be boiler, walls with coal in it, boiler, walls with... Anyway, I'll build that. So I'm going to build that section, see how it goes, and if it looks okay, then I'll keep it. Well, I'll keep this anyway, but just needs to be tidied up. Like I said, just needs to be tidied up a bit there now, and just clean up some of the just where the supports were at the top here. There's all these little dots here. When you do a model like this is why I picked this side, the side I want to see, and this side I supported on. No, this is the side I want to see, I think. And this side, in fact, this side we won't see. That would be, I think, facing. I'm not sure. I still got to check. This is the side I had to, so it sat like that when I was printing it. So the good side you want, like this side here, is the side that faces up. All your supports are sitting on the other side. There's a bit of tidying up with the supports because you've got all bits that need to be cleaned up, like this little dot here, a little dot on there. Anyway, so that there is the engines. I printed two. There's two printed up, and that's the 3D printer. You see it working. If you've not got a 3D printer and you like doing, you can make anything with a 3D printer. If there's anything you're after, a lot of people use a 3D printer to make rings, because you can actually get instead of resin, they do also a wax, like a wax print. So print the rings in wax, and the detail goes quite fine. I can get quite fine with this detail, you know. Something big like this, when you're printing something big like this, it's really hard to get all the data, you know, because you've got to know what angle to put it on to get the best print, and it's just trial and error. But anyway, that's the engines for the Titanic. That's what's going to go in there. You've seen them printing. That's how it's going to go. It just needs to be tidied up, sprayed, cleaned, put on a platform, then start building. I'm going to do the boilers next, and I'm going to build it out so far to see how it looks, and then I'll add it. I'll either add it in the boat and cut the side open, or add it beside the boat. I mean, this is the Titanic engines. Okay, that's that. That's the end of this section here. Hope you enjoyed that. As I move along with the next stage, I'll let you know what's going on in the next piece. Well, that's the end of this section here. Hope you enjoyed that. The making of the engines and on the printing machine. You saw the printing machine working. I'm going to call it a day of this one here. And as I move on to the next stage, I shall tell you where I am and what I'm doing. And I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.